Hey team, welcome back to BTS 165. I'm Professor Blowers, and we are working on Chapter 3 this week. I just wanted to walk you all through a few really helpful tips and tricks to getting some feedback on your projects, and also make sure that we are on the same page for the A and the B projects, because in general, I'm very flexible with how you do the work. But I just wanted to give you a few more options. First, I kind of wanted to introduce you. I've got some of my favorite computer scientists up. So if you have time to look into some of these, this is John Henry Thompson, who was the inventor of Lingo, if you've heard of that. It's a scripting language that renders visuals in computer software. I also have Mark Dean, who you may have heard of, created the IBM personal computer. That's Mark Dean. Up here I've got, of course, the first female programmer, Ada Lovelace. Also the inventor of the machine algorithm, right? I've seen a bunch of these, and would like to introduce you to more, such as Jean E. Samet. She developed the Formac programming language and is a member of the COBOL group. And then, of course, me and my mom's favorite, she teaches computer science also, is, of course, Grace Hopper. If you have a chance to look into this story, Grace Hopper is very inspirational. And book that I'm reading on the side is called Little Trees, and it's about change. But I just wanted to introduce you to that before I get into Chapter 3. It is a technology class, and so this is BTS 165, and that would be the T. Anyways, I just wanted to dive into Chapter 3 now that we've been through that. Good to see all of you. And here we'll start on our course calendar. So we've already worked on chapters 1 and 2. You've created worksheets and charted data. You've used functions, created tables, and managed large workbooks. This week, you'll analyze data with pie charts, line charts, and do a what-if analysis. There we go. That was the end of that sentence. And so if you go to the book, you can also see all of our, chapter 3 starts on page 247. So you'll see, we will be analyzing data with pie charts, line charts, and what if. And it also links to each objective. It's an active link in here, okay? And for 3B, so 3A, you will present fun data in a pie chart. 3B, you'll make projections using what if analysis or analyses, and present projections in a line chart. So these are all your objectives. And again, if you want to think like, how do I design a worksheet for a what if analysis? Click it, and it'll bring you to the page right there. There's also videos on how to do each of these steps. So if you run into any issues, there should be videos, figures, and other, like this, more knowledge. There should be other resources available for you to do the A and the B project. And it's a step-by-step project-based class, right? And so you use this. So why don't we go back really quick. And all you have to do is X out of that, just heads up. So if how do I format a pie chart? Click here. It opens up a pop-up window. If that doesn't work, you might need to enable pop-ups. One common error. So if these aren't coming to your screen, you can enable pop-ups. All of these videos should show you how to do any of the steps. If you are more of a visual type learner, if you're more of a hands-on type learner, I would say if you go to course materials, we're working on chapter 3 this week. While that loads, I'm going to go to Canvas. So you've seen the course calendar. The midterm exam, just heads up, is due the 31st. I sent out an announcement, but here's another note about that midterm. It's like a grader, and you'll have unlimited attempts at the midterm exam. You can turn it in as many times as you like until Sunday the 31st. And as long as you get higher than a 90%, you'll get 100 out of 100 on the midterm. That said, let's go back. So here's our book. There's the objective, how to format a pie chart. There's a video. You also, if you click in here, so I clicked into chapter 3 from our course materials, you'll notice there's PowerPoint presentations and videos. So maybe you learn better based off of a PowerPoint. Maybe you learn better by watching a video. Perhaps you learn better by being hands-on. That's why I've offered the simulations right here, A and the B. They are essentially the same as doing the projects from the book. So if you X out of this and you go to project 3A, this is how I navigate through the book. And so I click on 3A, starts on page 248. As you scroll down, you'll see where we're going, which is really helpful. It also will tell you that which file that you need. This one, 3A, is called Enterprise Fund. And just to be sure, that is in that zipped folder that I put on Canvas. So if you go to Modules on Canvas, this calendar should match the calendar on MyLab IT. So everything will be due on the 23rd. 3A right here will tell you it starts on page 248. You click on the book, that's where we're at. And so no matter what, if you choose to do the simulation, you need to upload something here, right? For the A and the B projects, you need to, like if you do the simulations, some students prefer doing the simulations, right? Some students prefer the simulations because that's how they learn. Some people prefer doing it by the book, using the files, and that's okay. You're welcome at this point. I'm going to be flexible. You can do one or the other. I just want to be clear. I need to see something on Canvas for the A and the B project. So if you choose to do the simulation, which I typically recommend doing the projects from the book because you actually get to use Excel itself rather than a simulation of Excel. But for those of you that choose to do the simulation, give me a screen snip of your score so that I know that you've completed it, and upload that screen snip to Canvas for the A, under the A and the B shells. So I need to see something for 3A and 3B. Just go here and upload a file. Upload that screenshot if you did it in the simulation, right? If you clicked on the simulations right here and you did it this way, there are glitches in the simulation that will, it wants you to do it exactly how it wants you to do it. So I allow creativity, right? So if you get the right numbers, if you find a way to get to the solution your own way, that's fine. The simulation is a bit picky, and it's a new system as well. It's a new simulation compared to the one that I've been using for years. So there may be a few hiccups, which is, again, why you always have the option of doing it by the book. Okay, you get 5 attempts. So if you have trouble, you could go give me just a moment. There we are. There's our pie chart. So give me a second. I want to show you just one quick trick if you run into any problems. And I might have to come back to that. Chart elements, data label, incomplete action. There you go. So if you run into a problem, on the simulation and you need help with a specific step, say you're doing it by the book. All of these, like the instructions here on the right, should be similar, if not the same as the project from the book, right? So you see where you said 3 attempts remaining. I'm just going to burn through my attempts where it says incomplete action, incomplete action. What does it want me to do? It opens up a practice learning aid that will it used to put marching ants.
In the upper right corner of the chart area, click Chart Elements.
And you can turn the sound off right here, and it'll tell you what to click. And then look, I'm supposed to clear the legend box, and voila, practice complete. So that's one kind of trick to get around the glitches or the simulation trying to do it its way. You can and don't do this regularly. I want you to actually learn how to do each step. It's just if you really, really run into an issue, you can kind of burn those attempts and make sure, burn all 5 of those attempts, and then you'll get that practice learning aid up so that you'll know exactly how to do it. Just when you're done with the simulations, if you do it, and again, if you do it by the book using the files, those files are from Canvas. You download them here, Excel student data files, and it should be inside of chapter 3. Bear with me a moment. Excel student data files, just going to make sure that you see. Yes, perfect. So it should be in EO3, and the one that we're looking for, got to go back to the book, is, I believe it's Enterprise Fund, and it is Excel 3A Enterprise Fund. That is the file right here. So you follow the steps in the book and you work alongside this Enterprise Fund, but it's the same project essentially if you do it by the simulation. Waiting a second for that to open up. And that's that. Project 3B, and you can do this, you can collapse all of these menus. If you scroll down, go to 3B tourism spending. This is chapter 3 is one of my favorites. You'll need Excel 3B tourism, and that's this file right here. So you need enterprise fund and tourism to work on A and B or to do it by the simulation. And there it is right here. Apologies, it's a little small. So you've got various prices. You need to figure out the percentage of total fund expenditures. And I will leave that at that. Back to the book. That really largely wraps up everything. Oh, I want to show you how to get feedback on the grader, because for the midterm, you have unlimited attempts. For the graders, you can should be able to turn it in 3 times. All right. So let's see here. If you finish the grader and you got a score, and again, on a grader, on the midterm, above 90% is worth 100%. And that's because it's a computer system. It's not, I didn't make it. It's from Pearson, and they've been working on it for years. It'll grade it for you, but it won't catch everything. And that's normal. That's natural. It's not going to catch everything, right? That's why we problem solve, because we try to fix everything on the computer, and sometimes we're going to run into error messages. And sometimes in Excel, learning how to fix those error messages is part of the process, right? So let me know. I've got some resources. There's a website that'll tell you the error message and how to fix it. Like, for example, if you've got the hashtags or the pound symbol, if you double click or auto fit the columns, you should then be able to see everything in the column and have it fit perfectly. That kind of thing. It'll help you with other errors, common errors in Excel. So I'll follow up on that. So that's really chapter 3. So the only other thing I wanted to go over, again, you've got these resources, you've got videos, you've got PowerPoints, you've got the simulations to show you how to do it. You also have in the book, and I got to close this simulation training. There we go. In the book, you've got, you also have videos. You've got, this is should be your final product, what it'll look like in the end. But even as you go on with all of the objectives, let's say chart data with a line chart, and all of these sub-activities, there's a video here. You can click on the definition of line chart. So just, it's important in a class like this and it has Mac tips. And I'm on a Mac, if you may have noticed right now. There's all sorts of things. It'll point out to you, here's the line with markers, type, insert line or area chart, right? So the book takes a little bit of getting used to. There is a learning curve for the book and the simulations, but I'm here. I've got flexible office hours. They're on my syllabus. And again, if you need to check anything, or if you're wondering about any sort of class, any questions about class policies, just check out our syllabus. That's right there. Grader. If you finish the chapter 3 grader, that's 3G right here. I haven't worked on it on this computer, but I'm going to show you how to get feedback for everything. So these are the steps to do the grader, right? I've got some feedback, and actually Pearson has changed the site again on how to submit and review your work for grading. So I just want to make sure that we all are on the same page with this. So for the grader, you download the materials right here. Make sure that they're all downloaded. It's zipped, so you will have to extract them. But I'm just going to show you, I'm going to upload it. I'm not going to go through those steps right now because I want to show you how to get feedback. Downloads. 3G expenses, there it is. I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to get an awful score because it's just the blank file, as was. Right, I mean, I just downloaded it and I'm re-uploading it so that you can see all of the mistakes that I've made because I haven't done any steps. And so then you submit it for grading. Close the assignment. You'll need to go back to course materials and it'll say 0. You want to refresh this page to get immediate results. I bet it'll be 5%. Bear with us just a moment. Go back to Excel chapter 3. Well, would you look at that? I got a 0%, and I have used one of my attempts. Well, we get 3, right? And I'll always take the highest grade. So to see your results, click on the 3 dots right here and go to View Submissions. And actually, really quick, I'm going to going to put a pause on this video and make a new one so it's convenient for getting feedback on that.